It's time to start Dishin Days with your hosts, Tony Moore, Michael Mattes, Justin Hareld, and Araceli Avales. And now, let's dish. Why, hello, everyone. Welcome to Dishin Days, where we are serving up a full dish of this week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. We are Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. And if you are watching us live right now on the YouTubes and you haven't hit the subscribe button, hello, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll always get a notification when we're going live or when we've uploaded a brand new video. Speaking of uploading videos, if you want to be a part of our exclusive members only exclusive page, for $4.99 a month, you will get a whole lot of days content, and including being able to attend our virtual event where we get down and dirty with drinks sometimes. So if you want to participate and hang out with us and get some exclusive content, go ahead and join our exclusive members only page found on our YouTube channel. Just click the join button and join in on all the fun. Now, if you are late to the game and you can't sit at home and watch us on your laptop screen or iPad or on the TV, you can take us along with you on a long drive or while you're walking children in nature. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. So take us with you as we stumble through the wonderful world of Salem to catch you up on all the stunt shows and shenanigans. Speaking of stunt shows and shenanigans, shout out to our former co-host and my chocolate twin, Mr. James Lott Jr., who also celebrated a birthday this weekend. Yay! Make sure you go and follow him on JLJ Media on YouTube, where you can get another full dose of your favorite soap operas, such as Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless, and General Hospital, along with some original dramas. Head on over to JLJ Media on YouTube and where podcasts can be found, because James Lott Jr. literally turned 5,000 years old this weekend. When I tell you he walked across the sea with Jesus as he turned water into wine, yes, he did. He helped Noah build the ark. Now, he did tell Eve not to eat that apple. She wouldn't listen to him. And people still don't. Speaking of birthdays, Michael Mattes,
yes.
You had a birthday this weekend too.
Today.
It's today. It's today. Bum, 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 bum. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, it was the birthday.
Where's the
happy birthday?
Oh, maybe I had it turned off. I think I had it turned off for when I do interviews. I didn't
dear Michael Mattes. Happy birthday to you.
Yay.
It's not working anyway. I was trying to do the balloons.
It's not there.
Not working, but thank you.
Michael Mattes, what are you going to do for yourself?
Already done. No, just kidding. Nothing much. It's too hot to do anything.
Oh my God.
I'm doing a dinner later.
Like,
my two longtime friends. We're going out to dinner, but other than that, I went and got my Starbucks drink earlier, and that was it. Yeah. So nothing much, nothing too eventful. When it's 95 degrees, you can't.
You're going to celebrate when the sun goes down.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best time to celebrate.
Oh, thanks. I'm seeing all the birthday messages. Thanks, everybody.
Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Happy birthday, Michael.
And it's Mother's Day, too.
And it's Mother's Day. And shout out to all the mothers of children, fur babies, other people's children, drag children, trans children, badass kids from across the street, everybody. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And of course, especially to my mother, who is in the chat room right now, saying, hello, son. Hello. Hey, everyone. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Happy birthday to Michael. You look so young.
Appreciate it. The lovely filters are doing their job.
Yeah. So, and happy Mother's Day to all of our people in the chat who are mothers, people who are watching later. Just happy Mother's Day. Yo, mama.
Is that our show?
Yes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was the Mother's Day edition of Dishin Days.
When we say to hell with y'all.
Say what?
When we say to hell with y'all.
That's it. We just wanted to pop on live to say all of that, and then now we're gonna go. Well, let's get on with our show, shall we?
Yeah.
What did we think of? Oh, and Araceli is not here because she is somebody's mama, whether it's
godmother,
godmother, auntie. Yeah, she's doing something family oriented that has to do with mamas, and we're going to include her. So happy Mother's Day, Araceli, and wherever you're celebrating, I hope all of your kids are celebrating with you.
Yes, and you have a glass of wine at least later.
Oh, trust me, you know she got that glass of wine. She's like, do y'all think I'm a drunk? And I'm like, I think you know how to drink responsibly.
Yeah.
That's a better way. Happy Mother's Day, Araceli. Now, back to business. What did we think of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives?
It was a pretty solid week.
Yeah.
You know, nothing too extraordinary happened, but that I recall anyway. But it was a solid week, entertaining.
Yeah. I feel like the writing is like jumping off the page, like the things people have been complaining about in years past. Like, I feel like we're getting those things. Me and Michael were talking earlier. We do think that I'm interested to see in the next few weeks if the pacing works out, because a lot of it is heavy dialogue driven and not a lot of plot stuff going on right now. So hopefully that like works itself out as like we transition fully into the new writers, like their full storylines. But I'm liking it. It is a lot of like character heavy, dialogue heavy stuff, which is good, but it makes like I was telling Michael, doing the outline this week was hard, like separating like the different storylines because everyone's in everyone's storyline. So
a lot of commingling.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is everybody's nosy.
Yeah.
Everybody's knows a lot of hands in the same cookie jar.
Yeah.
I just got a notification from that Fire app that we were using months ago, and I just had a little like PTSD reaction. I was like,
"Oh, like it's so hot, brushes. Oh God, please!"
Well, it's over 80 degrees in LA, so of course things are catching fire. You know.
Oh God.
Anyway,
Jesus.
But I agree with what Justin said. We were talking before the show about a lot of conversations happening.
I will say by Thursday, I thought to myself, we could have took today off. I mean, listen, I love coming on and talking days with y'all. I love coming on and talking with the fans. Yeah, I love the group chat and everything like that. But like, I was literally sitting there looking at the screen going, yeah, if we wanted to take a day off, we could have, and it would have been fine. There's no shade. Like, we could have talked about whatever happened this week, next week, because it's going to carry over. Yeah. Well, shall we get into it?
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Sure.
Why else would we gather?
We're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to start
Dishin
Days. Wow, that was on point, actually. Is it Araceli? I'm gonna tell her it's her. I'm gonna say, child, we did it on point without you. All right, y'all, let's start off with our very top storyline, which is the race for the hospital drug. Lord, where did this story come from?
Yeah.
It just came from out of nowhere. Like
Yeah.
I want to be like, Jeff, is that his name?
Yeah.
Is it Jeff Russell?
Yeah.
Sir, where have you been? We have not seen you wandering the halls of Salem University. We have not heard one iota out of you. And now all of a sudden, it's like you've been in the dungeon working on something and ain't nobody heard about it. Like, not even like a casual conversation of, oh yeah, Dr. Russell is down there working on that drug still. Oh, okay. So we could be like, well, who's Dr. Russell?
This character came out of nowhere. He's probably been working in his lab since, based on his haircut, 2009.
Wow, not based on his haircut.
Yeah.
Actually, I like this actor, and I actually like this character.
Yeah.
It's just, I was like, oh, the faux hawk's back, but he sells it because it's like silver fox faux hawk. But yeah, and apparently he and EJ knew each other, and apparently both Demira and Titan had pharmaceutical divisions, and yeah, I'm like, oh, we're learning a lot this week. I do like that they're using competition for the, who's going to save the hospital and get the drug.
But
I'm kind of intrigued by that.
Catch this though. They had a whole fundraiser to save the hospital, and now all of a sudden EJ and Xander want to buy like, y'all couldn't have talked about that before the fundraiser came about. What was the point of the fundraiser?
Well, the fundraiser, the way I'm rationalizing it, the fundraiser came about before they knew that Bo had sepsis,
and they knew that drug was drugging. Well, EJ
but now that they have a close family member that needs it and could use it, now that's that's how I'm trying to rationalize it, because it's all come out of nowhere, and why didn't anyone offer to buy the hospital 2 months ago?
Yeah. Funny thing, we did get a small scene, and they did it and then dropped it really quickly when Xander actually was talking with Sarah when this hospital stuff first came up, and he like casually said like, oh, maybe we'll buy Titan, and then they kind of like dropped it, and then it was never spoken of again.
By Titan or the hospital?
I mean, sorry, when he said I'll buy the hospital, like he said, it was like, oh, maybe we'll buy the hospital, like meeting Titan, and he dropped it. Like it was a really small conversation when they were having dinner one time.
Yeah.
But yeah. I was more surprised about EJ. I was like, wait, what? And then when he explained, like he basically wants to buy the hospital because of the drug, essentially.
Right.
So like, I was like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So you're not trying to be you're not trying to hold up this Mr. Nice Guy routine anymore. You really want the hospital for the drug, and that's gonna make you rich, and also save the hospital, which is nice, but the hospital is more secondary to the drug.
But also, like Dr. Russell, you in the hospital. At no point in time did you not hear that EJ was in the coma? Did you not rustle up to come up there and be like, hey, what are we going to do? Wake up.
They did loosely talk about how he stays in his lab and doesn't like to be around people or doesn't have social skills. So I think that's their way of trying to explain why maybe he's just why this character has come out of nowhere.
He seems to be talking and doing just fine.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna sit here and have me believing that he girl, no. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, it was a little, I don't know. I was here for Kayla shutting him down at every turn. Like,
oh yeah, Kayla was like, "No, you're not buying our hospital. Thanks, but no thanks. See you later."
I'll watch this place crumble to the ground before you own it.
I know, right? Worst case scenario. Last case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kayla didn't want no parts of that. She said, "Baby, no, not an EJ Demira."
Yeah.
Thank you, but no, thank you. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see where they're going to take this and what they're going to do with this new character. Yeah, I mean, I'm just, and especially since EJ was saying how he wanted to turn over a new leaf and stuff like that, and how he has a new leash on life and, all that. Like, is he already resorting back to evil ways? Like, what's the tea, EJ? What is the tea?
Yeah, he turned on Kayla real quick when she said no. It was like, oh, the real EJ came out, and
he need to get somewhere and sit down. He looked a little shaky and stuff.
That cane.
I know.
every moment he's like, oof. It's like maybe he needs a rascal.
Sophia is on bed rest, and she got a whole pregnancy. You were shot and in a coma and still walking around running errands. You don't go sit down, sir. Sat down.
I think remember before he got shot, he was talking about his plan. I'm wondering if this was his plan. They're kind of making it seem like this was his plan. Like he knew about the drug. He knew he was going to try to buy the hospital because he made a comment. He's like, I was derailed by that pesky shooting.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to believe that my brilliant theory that he was responsible for his own shooting. I'm not believing that anymore. I'm believing that the plan he was talking about before he got shot was the hospital stuff. We just weren't aware of it at the time. Yeah. I like how Kayla just is totally on board with. I mean, we've known this about her skirting the rules for sake of her family, and like how she came up with the idea of getting what's his face out of like forcing him to go to wherever that conference was because Sarah didn't want to go, and she was like, "Oh, we can get this guy out of here."
Question: did anyone figure out what Kayla was doing when she had that conversation with Steve? She was like, "Oh, I have this meeting to go to." He's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go pick something up from the cafeteria. You want something? Yeah, I'll take an apple. And if I'm not back in time, you can just leave that apple on my desk." And I was like the whole time I was sitting there like, "You only want an apple? Like you don't want nothing to eat?" I'm like, "Steve, what you getting?" And then when he came back and he was looking through the files and stuff and saying, "Oh, Kayla's very thorough," I was like, "Oh, that was cold."
Food distracted you.
The food distracted me because I was literally like, "That's what you gonna put in as your order? Like, you're not gonna be hungry after that meeting? Like, you don't want like some chowder from the pub instead? Like, girl, you just want an apple, and then you want to put the apple on the desk, so it's just gonna sit out? Like, you ain't got no little refrigerator in your office? Like, you just want the apple just to sit there?"
Oh man. Oh, buddy.
Precious Tony.
I really didn't.
You're like, this writing sucks. Why are they having a random conversation about lunch? That makes no sense.
Oh my God.
I literally was like, what kind of order is this? Like, what? Is she not hungry? Like,
I'm surprised they went that far. Actually, I thought she was just gonna do the whole, I'm gonna leave these files here on my desk, and I gotta run out of the room. So don't look, wink, wink, kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they did that with somebody. Was it Andrew? Andrew did that with somebody when they were in his office at the ISA, and someone needed to look at some files or something, and he was like, "Well, I'm gonna go get a drink of water. If I happen to leave my laptop open and unlocked."
Probably Steve again.
It probably was Black Patch. Fucking shit up. Excuse me.
So who are we rooting for here in terms of EJ?
Okay, what are the options here?
I guess Xander takes it over, and it seems I mean, he's doing it. I mean, I think the side effect is for Bo in terms of EJ and the drug and everything, but it's really a get rich kind of thing. At least I think in Xander the same thing, but also it helps Bo. So I mean, I don't know. I'd lean more towards Xander, I guess. I feel like I feel like he would be hands off with the hospital. I feel like EJ is, you spite him once and he's gonna take it out on you through the hospital or something like that.
I feel like EJ's doing it for nefarious reasons, and I feel like
who's nefarious?
Nefarious. Nefarious.
Who is that? Is he somebody else that's in Salem that's been there and like?
Yes.
He's just popping up out of nowhere. What he got to do with it?
He's Dr. Russell's,
lab tech,
lab partner, friend.
Oh, Miss Nefarious. Okay.
Mr. Nefarious. Yeah. Anyway, EJ's doing it for bad reasons.
Yeah.
And the Titan Xander side, they would do, for altruistic reasons, good reasons. Yeah. But yeah, I still don't trust EJ. I don't trust this good change. I'm a fucking Boy Scout now. No, I don't believe it. I think he's trying to do this. He has another plan with it that we're not aware of yet. So I guess I'm more on the side of the
do-gooders.
The do-gooders, yeah.
The day players.
Day players.
I don't know why that tickles me so.
It is funny.
Do y'all need a minute?
I don't know. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
It is funny.
And it's not like we hear it all the time, but every time you see a video of them promoting the show, it's like, hi, we're the day players. And I don't know why it is.
It's always so loud too. It's like, oh wow, okay.
Not I seem more awake today until I saw that big old yawn. Y'all, I work a lot, okay? She's tired.
Oh, I'm hot.
Oh, she's worked and she's had to go to Beyonce twice this week, at least.
Still recovering.
Mm-hmm.
Still recovering.
That's why I took the week off of work when Madonna came. I was like, I got the PTO. I'm taking it.
You went 5 times.
I did, and I was up late all 5 nights. So my old ass can't handle that anymore.
I should have left when she got in the car, honey. That was a sign when she got when she gets in the car and she flies over everybody. I think she was telling everybody like, you should go get in your car. Go get in your car because I'm done. I am done. Eric Marcel be like, we the day players.
What are you all like? You talking about their Instagram videos?
Yeah.
When they do like the promo videos, yeah. Where they're all together.
Okay. I'm missing the humor. Like I know what you're talking about. it's never. I see it.
It starts off very calm, and then they just scream the day players.
Yeah. Like it's like, hey everybody, how's your day going? We're the day players. And so
I'll have to pay more attention.
It's like you'll never forget the band's names.
Well, I'm like it's strategic marketing.
Oh, God.
I feel like
1-800 cars for kids. Never gonna get that jingle out of your head.
No. 1-800 cars for kids.
877.
Oh, is it?
Yep. 1-877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1-877 cars for kids. Donate.
We're the day players
today.
Sorry, we have derailed.
Anyway, whose side are we on?
I think
Justin votes for Xander. Tony, whose side are you on in this nefarious storyline?
I vote for Daddy Jack Russell.
Who? Oh, Jeffrey Russell.
I would like them to make him like I think he's good. Like, obviously, he's been on soaps before. He actually was on The Bold and the Beautiful. Lauren Koslow played his mother.
Oh, cool.
She played on The Bold and the Beautiful in the 80s.
Yeah.
Her character had a kid. They brought the kid back as an adult in like the late 90s. And they let her do both shows for like.
I remember that. Yeah. And she did both.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna give them a scene together. I know it, at least something. Yeah.
I would hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be that little wink, like, I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah.
I feel like
no, that's I'm curious how these new writers feel about
that's the way. Yeah, that's right.
That was a Ron thing.
Oh.
They may do it just in a different way, not like make it like a wink thing. They may actually give them a storyline or like put her in the mix or something.
Knowing this show and Kate, it'll be like, oh, they'll have an affair. Like,
she's gonna sleep with him. Yeah,
she's gonna sleep with him. Yeah, because that's what Kate does.
Have mercy.
That pub life's gonna get boring for her.
Not that pub life.
The pub life. But no, like, I like him. I think he has a presence. I think he has good chemistry so far he has good chemistry with Mary Beth and with Dan, and so.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he's good.
The haircut could use a little work, but I can get past that.
I think the haircut works for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it does. That's just me though. Okay, so are we done with that storyline?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go on to some Emmy Award-winning acting. EJ versus Johnny. These scenes that Dan and Carson have together, like, they are so good. They are so good.
These, like, when Justin, you were saying like the writing really pops out, like these scenes in particular, like every scene that they've had since that whole reveal, have
Not
been
a reveal?
Like, just the way they interact with each other and the way they react to each other when they say these things, and Carson's little shit ass attitude towards him this week, like, I felt like was spot on, like really just like digging into him. Of course, Jen, we know someone was mean to EJ, so we know whose side you're on. But yeah, they definitely those are standout scenes for the week.
Yeah. Do you like Johnny is standing 10 toes down on just being like, I don't want you in my life, dude. Like, I'm good on you.
Now we have this weird misunderstanding because EJ thinks he shot him, and I think Johnny thinks he just saw him or he remembers seeing him. So EJ's coming from the perspective of I know you shot me, or he thinks Johnny's the one who shot him.
Well, EJ is assuming that Johnny's the one that shot him based on what he saw in the video, even though the video cut out and we didn't actually see the gun go off. Johnny is coming at it like knowing, I don't think Johnny shot him. Like, even though despite what we saw in the video, Johnny didn't shoot him. Clearly, we know how this goes. Like, it cut off for a reason, because what we think we're seeing is not actually what happened. But yeah, Johnny's coming from a place where he just thinks EJ saw him. And that's it.
Or
so
they had some sort of interaction. We still haven't seen that part yet. Like, if when he turns around and sees him, like if they have a fight, if someone else comes in and messes it up, or that's a part they're still keeping a mystery, I guess.
Yeah.
I did love though the Chanel and Abe conversation. I thought that was really good.
That was like that day's, meaningful, there's one every day now pretty much. And that was that day's like one where, I told Justin it was like the Full House moment of the episode. But in Paulina and Abe's new digs, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did.
They moved into overnight. But yeah, that was, and then he gave her some backstory on Lexi, and we got some history points. Yeah,
I did like the relating it to Lexi in terms of going off the deep end and like reminding the audience they're related, and she was a Demira too. This is what happens sometimes when you guys are pushed, pushed
when
into
I feel like the point of that was to give her a little bit different perspective on Johnny's reaction and how he's reacting, and maybe that's the reason she later on in the week she decided maybe not forgive him, but maybe understand a little bit better why he called off the adoption and then asked him to come home.
Yeah, it was nice, but also it made her think, could he have shot him then? Because hearing what Lexi went through was like, oh, okay, well, could this have pushed him to the brink of actually trying to hurt his father?
True. And she did ask him. We didn't see the answer though.
Yeah. And Abe looked good too. It was nice to see James. Right? I know he's been off for
a minute.
Yeah, and he looked good too.
I did have a thought. Of course, I pick up on the most trivial things. Like Paulina has been mayor for acting mayor for a bit. Why was she living in a mayoral place?
Well, remember, Abe had the mayor mansion, and then when he got with Paulina, he moved into her place, and then they forgot about the mayor mansion that they had that used to be Lexi and Abe's house, for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
they could have brought that set back, or they probably destroyed it. It's been a couple years, but
maybe. I'm just glad. I mean, that looks like more of a place that she should be at. Looks very fancy. That's a place where you're like, how would you like your finishes? Would you like a chrome sink or a gold sink? What do you think about this fixture? See, it's not called a lamp. It's a fixture.
Opulence.
Yeah.
Opulence. You own everything.
You own everything.
Everything is yours. Anyway, yeah, that was my whole side thing. Poor Chanel, she is just okay. Oh wait, we're not. Are we there? Yes. She's just going through it, honey.
Yeah, she did not have a great week.
She did not.
Almost killed Sarah.
Well, yeah, that does come up later, a little later. Yeah, it's under the Javi stuff too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, this is how things are.
I know, this is why it was so hard to do the outline. It was like, who do I give this storyline to? Because 8 of you were in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're just gabbing. We're just talking.
I am all for Johnny taking a position at Xander.
At Titan?
Yeah.
Just so he can get back at EJ?
Titan Demira, yeah. Not just to stick it to EJ, but to give Johnny something more to do. The whole thing about I appreciated Johnny's wanting to be a director, but let's face it, how much directing can you do in Salem unless Jennifer comes back to do her talk show again or something like that? What did I say? Someone's calling me rude. Anyway, no, but I'd be for. I think Johnny would be a good addition to the corporate fold that they've created now. I think he'd be a good addition, and it would make sense.
Yeah. And also, I remember this came up a couple years ago when what's the name? I think EJ was trying to court Johnny to Demira. There was this talk of oh, you can do some multimedia stuff. Maybe we get into television or movies. There's a way to do it.
Marketing, yeah.
As a director, it doesn't. I don't know if I want to see corporate Johnny, if that makes sense. Keep him who he is. Just figure out a way to implement him into Titan.
He can be he can be in the marketing department. He can direct photo shoots, or he can direct. Be the art director maybe, or something like that. He can be, for Y&R fans, he can be the Malcolm Winters, Shamar Moore's character on The Young and the Restless. That's what he did for Jabot, I think. Jabot, like he was like the creative director person. So that could be Johnny's role.
I feel like, you know, they could have
Mama Moore.
They could have kept Johnny's filmmaking thing and just, again, it's just a line every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, he walks in, he's like, oh, what a day. Oh, I just shot a commercial for little rinky-dink little thing in Horton Town Square. People are such, you know what I mean? Like they could have kept that, and they can still keep it, especially with Titan. He's like, I don't want to go to the corporate side, but let me work in marketing and help with like videos and like social media content and, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
I thought they paid a little too much attention to like, oh, Xander's trying to get at EJ by hiring John. Like, I'm sure it did what we saw. It annoyed EJ and kind of pissed him off, but there's no like vendetta. You know what I mean? They were trying to make it sound like it was like, this is like, you know, another part of the war or something. It was like, I don't think Xander cares that much. I just think I think he likes knowing, like he said, having a Demira on the Titan side will help just strengthen things, but also if it pisses off EJ, that's like a little bonus. It's not.
That's like the cherry on top. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's trying to start like some new war with EJ. I don't think he cares that much. It was just like, okay, this is a little, you know, I can hire Johnny and piss EJ off, like win-win here.
So you want to be starting something, got to be starting something. So you want to be starting something, got to be starting something. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Well, in the words of Forrest Gump, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
And let's see. Oh, one last thing. Marlena said, baby, I need to talk to you about Belle. And I wanted to be like, Marlena, Belle is grown.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be going over to the man who is doing things to her, talking about, I need to talk to you about your grown daughter who is grown enough to make her decisions.
The thing is, she went there to do that and then immediately left.
Well, because Chad came in, she was like, baby, you can't hear this.
Nope.
You can't hear this. This is grown folks talking.
This is grown folks talking.
This is grown folks talking. You can't hear this. She immediately exit stage left. She said,
yeah,
perhaps some other time. Chad. I was like, oh. She came and went. Like y'all couldn't go into other rooms that are available.
Yeah, she was kind of easy on him. Like, I guess considering the stuff with Johnny, considering the stuff he's still recuperating. She just wanted to tell, like, stay away. She wants to scream, stay the hell away from my daughter, but she knows that's not going to happen. So it's like, you just got to deal with it.
I had to chuckle because Marlena had a line this week about Xander and Sarah, about how, oh yeah, Xander and Sarah deserve, you know, a weekend away. Yeah. And I'm like, girl, this is the man that shot your ass.
I know.
Like, I was like, that's just under the rug now. Okay.
I had that reaction too when she started talking. I was like, okay, Marlena's cool with Xander, I guess. Like,
yeah.
You know,
I mean,
he's won her over.
I mean, you know, people, I guess, have done worse things, and you know, serial killer Ben.
Yeah,
completely, you know, was Marlena's BFF. So I guess people have done worse things and have been recuperated or forgiven, whatever.
Yeah.
Marlena was about to cuss him out, but not in front of Chad, because Chad can't hear that.
She said, "I'm gonna excuse myself. Beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns." I'm gonna excuse myself on this. And it was literally just when they were about to start talking. Chad walks in like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, maybe we'll talk about this. I said, well, right, Marlena.
Yeah.
Evans Black Robichaud.
Her stuff with Johnny's been good too. It's nice. It's not. It's a little bit of the grandmother stuff we had with Will. Not the same scope, but it's nice to see like her take that position again, because we've seen it a little bit with Johnny over the years, but not. I feel like it's been consistent with this storyline, having them together a lot.
And her like checking in and stuff.
Yeah.
With him, understanding his side, letting him talk things out.
Yeah.
Although I feel like Johnny's just a broken record. And it's like, I hate him. I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate him. I hate him.
And when he turned around and left and sashayed out and was like, "Have a good rest of your day."
Oh,
You petty little bitch. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
I did too. It's like I like him being petty.
Yeah.
we love a petty Betty.
Plays it very well. The one thing, while we're on the subject of Marlena, and I told Justin this before we started the show, what's disjointed about this change is that she and Steve were all about traveling around the world, trying to save John, playing, Avengers or whatever. And then suddenly they are home. It is business as usual. She is back to the office and like, oh yeah, they'll handle it.
I knew I was like, that's enough of that storyline.
And now Steve's focused on Bo and getting the drug for Bo. And it's like, okay, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious why. It may be that at the point the new writers came in, they had to change. Like maybe there was a track and they had something happen and they had to be like, okay, we need to pause for a moment while we figure things out. And then, But yes, pretty much like that's what John's in good hands with the ISA. LOL. That's pretty much what the vibe is. A little odd, but I'm sure it'll come up again.
Just be a fan. Just be a fan with open arms. Like me. Anywho, well, that's it with that storyline, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
All right, let's move on to where in the world is Leo investigative reporter? Leo is on the case, but I also just need him to like not let people know that he's on the case.
Yeah.
Talk less.
Talk way less.
I agree.
Like a lot less.
About everything, really. Just say less.
Yeah. Don't openly accuse the people who allow you to live there in the house with them. Like to maybe be a little stealth about accusing them of murder and going after them.
Mm-hmm.
The one that has already expressed a lot of discontent about the situation.
And everybody, it's almost like people who are on that list, he has a thing against in some way. Gabby.
Yeah.
It's like you can open up your own investigations and even keep your own whiteboard, but you have to separate your feelings. How you feel about somebody.
Yeah,
don't be sloppy.
Yeah.
Don't be sloppy. If you're gonna be nosy, don't be sloppy. Like no one should have called him with the purse.
No.
How you get called with the purse in the phone? Like you knew she was just in the other room. She wasn't like in the shower. When you have a little bit more time.
Yeah, this is losing a little steam for me.
This
is basically like who shot EJ storyline, and it's like he thinks it's Johnny, so he's not pressing everything. We're seeing a little bit of Jada and Sean, so like we're not seeing them pursue it so much. It's like okay. They're more whenever it comes up, it's like, oh, is it Johnny? Everyone's wondering if Johnny shot him. But
we all know it's not Johnny.
Yeah.
We all know it's gonna pop up out of the blue.
Yep.
So it's not Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. We're not there yet. They still want to stretch this out.
I mean, I don't think it's any of the suspects we've been talking about.
Yeah.
No.
It would be interesting if they did make it one of the obvious, and when all was said and done, if it ended up being one of the obvious suspects.
Yeah.
But we'll
see.
Yeah.
Tune in, everyone. Leo and Javi. Like, girl, where did your medical training all of a sudden come from? Like this whole time? The whole time?
The whole time?
Like, and then now you just feel so humble about it? Like,
well, I knew as soon as Javi came up and started checking her vitals, I was like, okay, now we're gonna get Javi, a little bit of Javi backstory here. He's been talking. The conversation started like he was not really happy working for Gabby is the vibe. They had Leo and him had the conversation about it. And then, seeing how he reacted to Sarah was taking her vitals. Does she have an EpiPen? I'm like, oh, he must have been. It took me back to like JJ, and I'm like, okay, he must have been Javi must have been an EMT, and then it, came out that he was an EMT firefighter. There's another part of that EpiPen thing, which I'm sure we want to talk about later, but the hobby part of it. Now we're getting his backstory, and like, I remember. Okay, so we don't know, like, because what's his face? Leo was Googling him, but we didn't see what he found, right?
No, he's just starting to do the initial search, so
yeah,
we don't know just yet.
But maybe there was an incident that because now the question is, okay, why did Javi abandon that? And he doesn't want to talk about it. He's being all humble about it. So there was probably an incident.
Yeah, I instantly went to like gay bashing or discrimination or something like that, but maybe it's something more salacious. Like that's where I immediately went to, because it seemed like traumatic, whatever it was, not just like, oh, I lost interest or or maybe someone died or something. Who knows?
That's what I was thinking, that maybe someone died on his watch and it just affected him in a negative way. Or the aunt died. He's there because how did it all start? Like, didn't an aunt pass away?
His mother.
Oh well, yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe
like he didn't save her or something.
He couldn't save her.
Oh, maybe.
That makes sense.
That could be good. Yeah, be a good reason.
But it was in Texas, so I wouldn't put Justin's, gay bashing.
It's kind of like, firefighter. It's very like heteronormative environment and very, depending on where you're at, could be a bit toxic. Depending,
No, I mean, he said, like, did he do a firefighter porn?
Not Mystic Circle.
See, that would be interesting if he got fired because he was doing, like some.
Well, because I mean, Leo already asked him if he had done like a beefcake firefighter calendar, and he said no. Yeah. But maybe he didn't do a calendar. Maybe he did a full on
an OnlyFans thing. Yeah, in his uniform was in the shot or something like that would be realistic.
Stephanie wanted to watch.
Oh, for $9.99 or a copy of One Stormy Night.
Stephanie said, "No, I don't want to watch The Notebook. I want to watch The Nutbook."
You know what? Moving forward, and then Gabby is still at the top of the list because now Rafe is like, "So you took my service gun and shot EJ?"
Yeah, that was good.
I'm like, girl, all the girls are sloppy, and how come no one ran into each other at the mayor mansion trying to shoot one man?
We know Gabby saw Ava though, right?
Yeah, she did say she saw Ava.
They didn't run into each other, but she said she saw Ava leaving or whatever.
Getting on that plane. Ava said, "Ain't nobody got time for this. I'm out." So there's that. Was there anything else to this storyline that we did not cover?
Nothing stands out to me right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are just wheezing through. I think after this, I need to go turn this AC on because it is so hot in here.
Yeah.
And I feel like as it gets hot, like my body is just like.
You're like Bimby. When Bimby gets hot, he does not want to do anything.
All steam.
And I'm just like pushing through. And I'm like, let's talk about days of. Anywho, before we move on to tidbits, please do the following. 1, follow us on social media. Dishin Days Show on Facebook, Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join our exclusive, members-only exclusive page. Make sure you listen to us on your Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and where all podcasts can be found. Show some love to JLJ Media, whose birthday is today. Yay!
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Michael Mattes is today. Yay! Go show some love to them. Wish him a happy birthday and subscribe to his YouTube channel. And also where all podcasts can be found. Because JLJ, James Lott Jr., is the oldest person I know who remembered when the first birthday was celebrated.
The first birthday.
The first birthday. Numero uno. In fact, he told me he's the one that came up with birthday decor.
Oh.
Started back then.
Like cake?
It was a sheet cake.
It was a sheet
limestone with frosting. Yep. Yep.
So he also came up with the sheet cake.
Mm-hmm. It's just a sheet of cake.
Sheet of cake.
Mm-hmm.
Hope Costco's paying him
a royalty. He didn't make it
for that because
he didn't make a deal with Mr. Wonderful. I ain't gonna turn this AC on, honey. Jesus. Oh my God. All right. Y'all talk about some growing pains with Sophia and Tate. Talk among yourselves while I go through
Okay, so wait, where are we at? Okay, so Sophia's bedridden for the remainder of her pregnancy or on modified bed rest. Doug moved into the pub room that Ava had vacated and is now working at the pub.
Yep.
Holly and what's his face, Tate, seem to be having like not a reconciliation, but like having a conversation. But then he was fixing something, came out, saw Holly and Doug hugging, and is now back to
exactly completely lost it. And
what else? Oh, and the adoption's still off.
Yep.
And they're and they decided that since she's going to be 18 when the baby's born, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Which, I mean, I think they brought that up before, but the consensus was, of course, she doesn't want to defy her mother. And also, I think it was stated before, I think, like, she's worried about her mom not paying for college or the parents not paying for college. Just, I feel like that was, they mentioned that earlier. That was
there was gonna be no support from her parents or her mom if she, got
rid of the baby.
She went, if she like stood on her own and did the adoption anyway.
Yeah, but it's like also, I mean, you have it's like someone mentions before, like, okay, Paulina is filthy rich, Brady has money. All these people who would have, like, I thought that was going to come into the mix in the storyline of, like, someone saying, originally, actually, I can say this now because it apparently is not going to happen. I thought it was going to be, we were going to get Ava takes in Sophia and that they were going to be, like, this mother-daughter pair kind of thing. That's what I thought this storyline was going originally when they had her pregnant in, like, the scenes with Ava and stuff. That's where I thought this was going, but yeah, because
they did make a point to develop a relationship between Ava and Sophia, and then
she's dating Brady. He's Tate's father. Like, I thought that was gonna all sort of commingle together, but it didn't. Yeah,
I feel like this. We are just been around the world, and we just keep going around in the same circle with this storyline. She pregnant. Then he still has feelings for Holly, and then Holly does something. He goes a tantrum, and then goes back to Sophia, and it's like,
this is getting tired.
Been around the world, and I can't find my baby. I don't know, and I don't know why.
Still liking Doug, like the Doug.
Yeah, we all love Doug.
Yeah,
it's the same for him too.
But I'm hoping that they start expanding his character a little bit now too. Like, get like the Holly stuff is nice. I think him and Ashley have great chemistry, but
they did expand his storyline. They made him homeless.
Well, not anymore now. He's got a room over the bridge.
He's got a job. He's got his own apartment.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody ends up working at the Brady pub.
Because Roman's got a heart, you know. He takes
in strays.
Yeah. He loves them. Yeah, he's got a soft spot for the strays.
Yeah.
Hot mess.
Doug gonna be the hot employee at the pub.
Oh, that's why Roman hired him to draw in business.
Yeah, exactly. To get some of that young put him in a tight t-shirt and like Hamburger Mary style. And
I was gonna say a Brady pub with no shirt, just the Brady apron, I mean, with no shirt.
Like Brady pub after dark.
Pub after dark.
The pub after dark. Bow chicka bow wow.
Get your chowder clammed.
Oh God, not chowder.
Get your clam chowder, do you mean?
Oh.
No, you don't want to get it chowdered. I don't know.
Listen, whatever gets you off, I guess.
Anyway, was there anything else? That's it, right?
Gay Hooters.
Not the gay Hooters. All right. Well, let's move on to Phillip's friend tour or his apology tour to everybody. I think that was really big of him. I do feel bad for Phillip. I think that who was he talking to? Was it
Bella,
Stephanie?
One of them, yeah.
When I feel like they all at some point in their life wanted Victor's validation and acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anybody ever really got it. I think everyone was on the cusp of getting it, but I don't think anyone really got it. And so I feel for Phillip because, again, he wasn't trying to get the half of this company in a malicious intent. He wanted to do something that would make Victor proud. And I think whether, Xander wants to see it in this way, I think them working together and including Alex and just Victor being able to look down from the portrait and see them like making moves like this, including getting Demera. I think that's more important than how it came about. I think you can be upset about that for sure. But again, like I keep saying, like, look at what came from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd also like to see them get to a point where maybe they look at it like our dad was fucked up. Like maybe we, you know what I mean? Maybe
Justin Lee Hareld.
Victor also, you were talking about them not getting acceptance. Victor didn't make it easy.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
Anytime they made the littlest, and sometimes they were big F-ups, like he would retaliate against them or like take away any power he's given them or shame them or whatever. Victor did not make it easy.
No.
And so yeah, kind of they should be reveling in the fact that they are able to work so well together as a team. And yeah, okay, Xander has a right to be a little miffed about how it all transpired. But even at the end of the day, I think Xander will come to realize, as long as Phillip keeps behaving.
Yeah.
We put that little asterisk on it. As long as Phillip doesn't do anything else to undermine Xander, I think Xander is going to come around. He seems even-minded, stable-minded enough now to realize that eventually.
Yeah.
But again, as long as Phillip doesn't pull anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he can get a pass just for this one thing though. Mm-hmm. I really do. I really,
And I we saw a softening of Stephanie there where it was like, okay, I understand you a little bit more. Mm-hmm. It was also nice seeing it come from Belle, and we seen them have that conversation a few weeks ago too. But it was nice to. I mean, she had a front row seat of how Victor was with Phillip growing up, and if anyone will understand sort of where he's coming from, it's her and the mistakes they made even together. So, yeah, I like that. There was some forgiveness there, definitely.
Phillip's lucky that Vivian backed off.
Yeah, Vivian dropped the bomb and then she said goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. See you later. Along with Sammy. But I mean, I think these scenes with him apologizing to Stephanie, with him apologizing to Belle, it really just kind of I just don't see how anybody can be upset with Phillip. I think this is one of those situations where, like, yes, it's you're wrong for what you did and your part in it, but I think it's very redeemable. Because again, there wasn't a malicious intent, and I think both Stephanie and Belle saw that.
They're realizing that, they're realizing that, and I think like I said, I think Xander will come to realize that too. Now, will he feel the same way when he finds out that Sarah knew?
Yeah, that's going to be the big one, I think.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to play that out. How they're going to choose to play that out.
I feel like as long as he has that understanding, because she's going to look at him and go, I know, like, us and fans have gone back and forth about this, but I just truly believe if Sarah had went and told him right off the bat, he would have made a stupid decision.
Probably.
He would have, and she would have literally looked at him like, you dumb Neanderthal. Why do you have half a gnat's brain?
Half a gnat's brain?
Michael Mattes, have you ever been to Wilmington for donuts?
Not on the weekend, no.
There you are in Wilmington, Delaware.
Wilmington!
Having donuts, and the car gets stolen. Now, anyone with half a gnat's brain would have called the doctor. But you, oh no, you and your friends go all the way to Baltimore. All the way to Baltimore.
So good.
Isn't that what you did, Michael Mattes? Did you have big fun, Michael Mattes?
Shut up.
Now tell us, how is it that you didn't get in to the wretched and the big fun?
You have taken us to levels of worry, concern, and now that we know you're okay,
rage.
Rudy, go to bed.
We are such a mess. Anyway, find you a friend that knows all the classic lines and can, like, follow up with you. For all I know, you could be lying to us right now. Go to bed. No, my favorite is, can I just have my punishment?
Oh, yeah.
Vanessa, we are too tired to give you your punishment now, but I'd like to have it before I go to bed. Anyway, back to Days. All right, so I think we're done with Phillip's apology tour, right?
Yeah.
All right. People are going to start thinking, like, they derail from the show so much. What kind of show is this? It's a fun show.
We're allowed to have
we're allowed to have big fun on StreamYard. Mm-hmm. Isn't that what we're having, Michael Mattes and Justin Hareld? Isn't that what we're having, the big fun?
I will. One more comment. Xander mentioned Bo, and
I thought you were going to say one more comment and then go into the big fun.
Go into another monologue. Yeah.
Yes.
It didn't click to me that now Xander and Bo are brothers.
Yeah.
That didn't click to me before, but Xander brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if we know that Bo's coming back, if we're gonna get. If their brother relationship is going to be.
I hope so. I hope it's not just a very, like, Bo and Hope centric reunion or time or guest spot or whatever it is, however long we have them.
Well, all these people who are helping him live, he better.
I know. Go on his own tour.
His own thank you
tour. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for saving
like Avita and her rainbow tour. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank everybody.
All right. Let's travel on over via ambulance to Javi Hernandez, EMT. Okay, I'm sorry.
I know what you're gonna say.
Who else had problems with this scene?
Yes, this was when it was a bit clunky. I was like, oh, the writing's not so sharp here on this one.
No.
Okay, first of all, Sarah's a doctor.
No.
Xander is married to Sarah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that your wife is like allergic to things to where she walks around with an EpiPen? You don't know that?
It wouldn't be the first one to grab it, or
No. Wait, he did know because Javi asked. Javi asked somebody if there was an EpiPen, and someone said, "Yeah, it's in her purse."
Yeah, he did know, but why aren't you doing it? That he seemed like
exactly.
Yeah.
It can't be, his defense can't be that he didn't know. But then Sarah herself
should have known too.
She should have been reaching for it.
Like, and I understand when you're in that moment, she's probably panicking, but wouldn't she had enough strength still to like, yeah, it was clunky.
Because when Javi came over and did what he did and was like, oh, she's in epileptic shock, she went. I'm like, girl.
Yeah, they could have tweaked that a little bit, or like set the scene differently a little. Like maybe Xander was in the bathroom, or maybe he was like, you know what I mean? Like it was, and then they kept talking about how everyone knows she's allergic to pistachios, even Chanel. And then I'm like, well, why doesn't Xander? Why would he jump in with the EpiPen? Like, why wouldn't you recognize this as an allergic reaction? Or she's saying something tastes different. That usually is the clue of someone having some sort of reaction,
and also, wouldn't a pastry look so different so that you can easily tell like the difference?
I don't know.
I think she was saying it was the milk. It was pistachio milk, so that's what it was. But like, you wouldn't have seen that, I guess.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was also something else I was thinking about, and I can't remember now what it is.
It's funny because it seemed like a huge thing just to get them to stay in town. Like, I guess that was the point of it, because I was like, what? All of that just to keep Xander and Sarah in town as opposed to going away. But it was like, okay.
It was to keep Sarah and Xander in town, but then also to start off the Javi backstory.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Felicity got screamed at.
Or the Felicity revenge plan, where she shoots and murders Xander 6 months from now because he yelled at her.
Felicity pops a cap and Xander.
I know. They're setting up the Xander murder mystery that's going to happen 8 months from now. It sweeps.
But I was like, I wanted to go, Xander. You can't be talking to Felicity.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing. Also, can we not? When we do scenes like that, please have background just nowhere in the shot. Because it was one of those things where you felt no one rushing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, help, someone call 911. And literally, there's someone standing in the back in the shot like this.
Right. No one's reaching for their phone.
No one's reaching for a phone. No one is like, no one's doing this. Like they're you see them doing this. Help, someone call 911.
Yeah, like
like none of that. Like we're just gonna stand there and talk about what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
At least, you know what? And my thing is, if you're going to have them do that, then at least have them recording.
like a real
you know
track,
what I mean?
where people don't call for help, they just record.
Yeah, that tracks. Just have them recording,
mm-hmm.
so that way they're just not standing there.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because then even Kat and Chad, they just.
I know.
It looks like
something wrong with Sarah. It's like.
Yeah, bitch, there's something wrong.
What I cackled at was when Kat was like, "Let me go find a doctor." I was like, "Find a doctor? Just call 911." She's like scouring Horton Town Square for a doctor, like yelling in the imagine.
But
she
also
runs
Sarah
in the
is a
bistro
doctor.
screaming. I know. It's like Do we have a doctor here? No. Okay, let me go to the next door.
I just feel like it needs to feel like a little chaotic.
Yeah, it was a little,
but not so much. It was a little too calm.
For
it
sure.
was like it was this, but it was sort of like they telegraphed like they were waiting for something, i.e., Javi and Leo to enter the scene. It was like we got 4. Let's all look panicked and not do anything, and then he can come in.
Right, you froze for a second.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, it's like, but all that could have been like.
Yeah, they could have got Javi and Leo into the scene a little earlier and still had that. And
it could have been like it could have been, obviously, Xander and Sarah just sitting there, and maybe even her just like, taking a minute and like, and then she finally bites, and then she's just like, oh. And then let them play it out.
Yeah,
it's like, Sarah, what's wrong? Kat and Chad noticed, but when they notice, it should be like, is everything okay?
Yeah,
I don't know, and then get up and rush over, and then have someone exit and be like, let me call 911, and then that signals Javi and, oh my God, what's going on? And then let Javi come in. It just needed to feel quicker, like beep 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 beep. It felt like this. It felt like Sarah. Then Xander, oh no, Sarah, what's wrong? Then, is there something wrong with Sarah? Yes, bitch, there is. She's over here coughing and hacking up her life. Then Leo and Javi, did someone say, Sarah, is something wrong with Sarah? What shall we do? It just needed to pick up the pace so that even us as the audience felt like, oh my God. Like I felt like I kept concentrating on like, why is everyone moving so slow?
Concentrating on the lack of reactions instead of the actual event taking place.
Yes. Like, geez, Louise, let's go, people. There's an emergency. And now Leo trying to cash in on it, talking about, let's pretend like we forgot water, and then go, oh, by the way, can we have a yacht? But you have to get...
That's what I'm saying. Like, Leo, stop talking.
I did chuckle at Xander when Sarah was recuperating. He was like, I want to send a fruit basket, but is that homophobic? I did chuckle at that. It was like, oh, I don't want to seem homophobic, though. Is that okay?
Oh, my God. Fruits for my fruits. Thank you. I tell you who wasn't going back down, though, was Felicity. Like, I'm doing my best here. Felicity was like, baby, look, this bakery is busy, okay? Right. I'm over here doing my best. I got school. I just won a gold medal in gymnastics. Baby, I'm over here trying. Don't you raise your voice at me.
Two idiots together who keep making googly eyes at each other. I'm running to the bakery for Chanel when she done lost the baby.
Well, speaking of, let's go to that, shall we? For the love of God, just go out already. Jeez. This is on my nerves so bad.
I'm not even rooting for him anymore. I'm like, the luster has passed for these two.
It's
in the amount of time Chad and Kat have been courting each other, Chad had a whole relationship with Stephanie.
Mm-hmm. Right. Start, like beginning, middle, finish, in that time.
And Kat is still, girl, we passed that part.
No.
We are past the coy part. We are at the part of, baby, what we doing?
Yep.
Are we going out or no?
Did not need a whole episode about what to do on this date. That
we should have seen the date by now. Honestly, but at least since Chad took over the date or whatever, there's been a day change in Salem.
But also, these are people who sit down. They've been like planning everything, so they're they're essentially have been dating without dating, you know. Like, what's the difference? Like, you're sitting down having breakfast talking right now. Like, this could be the date. You've been planning this fundraiser that made $18, but for 6 weeks.
Y'all know the feelings are there. They've been there forever. If you're gonna do something, do it. If you're not, then let it go.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm over it.
Yep.
I was actually more excited when she was about to go out with EJ.
that would have put a nice little wrench into it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, let's okay, I'm here for this. Let's see how this goes. And then here come Chad. You're not going out with her. You're not. What's your? It's like, why are you concerned about it?
Yeah. Look at this watch.
Get on my nerves.
Yeah, I know. Something needs to change with these two.
Yeah, it needs to. Yeah.
Please, no writers, inject something.
We're rooting for you. Don't make us pull a Tyra Banks on you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is? I literally was sitting there this week thinking, like, I can't believe I'm still watching these two flirt with each other.
It's like they're having the same conversation with different words over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Anyway, like, you're both 35. Please, like, move.
Got time to be doing
that together. Yeah, go have sex. Like,
go
work out this tension. Yeah,
exactly. They're at that point. They need to bypass the date and go to bed. Go get a dirty movie from Stephanie, and
go borrow the manuscript
Anyway, let's move on to our next tidbit, which is 50 Shades of Stephanie.
Still not understanding where this is going, or is it like a career change for Stephanie? Are they like beefing up Titan stuff, so they're just throwing her in?
Granted, here's the thing. She did not seek out being a writer.
Yeah.
Alex found it and took it. That was like a few years ago, Stephanie, who was like, I'm gonna write a book. And then she just never did anything with it. Now he trying to act like it's so good, it's better than sliced bread. Mm-hmm. Like he woke up early that morning to like read it. But there's a part of me that's also like this. Days, this would have been a great marketing thing to come out with a nonfiction book called One Stormy Night.
Well, do you remember the one of the primetime specials was
yeah, that's what everybody keeps saying. Yeah. But now to have a physical book, even if it was just a picture book, something.
What kind of pictures?
A stormy night.
Given the subject matter.
I guess we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out like
I'm intrigued. I am intrigued by it. I'm not sure where it's going, but I'm intrigued by it a little bit. And I always appreciate it when they make the female characters kind of horn doggy. Yeah. Like, and I was trying to remember who was the one that always wanted to
It was Sierra.
It was Sierra with Ben. Like she was always just like, well, it's I was like, this girl's horny as hell. Mm-hmm. Like I kind of appreciate the females being the horn dogs, and that's kind of where like she was like, no, I don't want to watch The Notebook. I want to watch something more. I was like, oh, she wants to load up some Pornhub and Pornhub and chill. Okay. Good for you.
I was surprised that she didn't get angry at him when he said he had found it and read it. And I thought she would initially she would be pissed about that. Like, don't read my property. How dare you, kind of a thing. But no, she just kind of rolled with it, which was nice.
Yeah. We didn't have another voicemail or phone call
Yeah, no, exactly. This didn't bring them up. Yeah, yeah, she did. This wasn't used as a flimsy excuse to break them up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
You know. Yeah, I like them together. I'm a Stephanie and Alex fan. I just don't know what this. I don't know what the genesis of this storyline is. Is it just give them a fun couple storyline, or is this her as a new writer? Or is this Titan storyline? You know, is going to be something. I don't know, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes.
Yeah,
me too. I mean, he is all for it, and he said they want to play out one stormy night.
They were having. Was this not a work day for them? That's what I eventually start thinking about. Because I'm like, what time is it supposed to be? There are people out living, and Sarah's almost dying, and you're all in the bedroom fucking. Like, it's like, which respect, you know what? If you can work from home and, you know, get away with that, and then be like, well, I gotta hop on this Zoom.
Well, it was late.
Mm-hmm.
It was late. So, all right. Well, that was your week of days. And now it's time for our favorite part of our show, which are our segments. And we're going to start with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Snap! All right. So listen, my 3 Snaps Award goes to the new apartment, because as I was thinking about it, I said, you know what? It's almost like I was like sitting on the couch, like looking around at it, like, okay, yeah, this seems more Paulina now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, this is brand new. So to Tom Early and his crew, who are in charge of the production designs, kudos on the brand new apartment. You get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap!
Yeah. I felt like comparing the two now, I'm like, this is more fitting. Like, honestly, the apartment that she did have now compared to this, I'm like, I can see Chanel in the other apartment rather than Paulina.
Yeah.
Like, that should have been Johnny and Chanel's place.
Yep.
All right, y'all. And now we're moving on to Caption That.
And this week's Caption That photo comes courtesy of Chanel, Xander, and Sarah, either before or after the pistachio incident. And this week's caption goes to Xander Caps on Instagram with their caption, Sarah, meet my bad decision. Because remember, like, when Chanel first came to town, they got married. Yeah. Y'all know.
Yeah.
It's funny, before the like allergic reaction thing, I forgot about that was coming up, and I saw this scene. I was like, oh, I thought, oh, this is like new writers, because they're just having people meet each other and say hi and see each other. And then right after that, if you guys noticed, the camera panned and it was Chad and Kat, but you still saw Chanel in the background of that scene, like going to Sweet Bits. And I was like, okay, this is definitely new writers, a new executive producer. Like, you see that, you know, even from the way they film things. And then of course we got the allergic reaction thing. But I was like, oh, it's just a sweet scene of like 3 people, or, you know, these 3 people who don't have scenes together just interacting.
Yeah, for sure. More cohesive of a show.
Yeah.
And that was Caption That. Now let's go back in time, shall we?
Those were the days.
All right, everyone, taking you back to May 7th, 1992, when DNA tests confirmed that John was, or is, in fact, Forrest Alamein, of course, making him younger brother to Lawrence and, of course, Vivian's nephew. If you remember this storyline, this is when after the whole John is not Roman anymore, and they were trying to find an identity for him, and this was sort of the beginning of it. This is also where John gets his money from. It's all Alamein money, because he is an Alamein. So and I also did a little bit of a more deep dive into the many different identities over the years of Mr. John Black, ever since he stepped foot on the canvas up until his sort of Drake Augustin sort of last scenes that we got to see. So go check that out on the members page. But that was May 7th, 1992, when DNA confirmed that John is Forrest Alamein.
And that was we ain't got no It's a Gift because Araceli ain't here, but what we do have is a little bit of news and gossip.
Starting off, we have some casting news. Here, our friend to the show, Miss Emily O'Brien. Her show, Love, Death, and Robots, made its premiere for its 4th season on Netflix. Emily attended the premiere, as you can see here, with also her partner, Ken, and then, of course, good friends, Paul Telfer and his wife, Carmen Cusack. You can check out the new season, Love, Death, and Robots, on Netflix. And if you didn't know, Emily is very, very big and prominent in the motion capture. So, that's where she makes a lot of her, where she's got a lot of her experience is voiceover work and motion capture stuff. So, she's very, very big and prominent in that area of the business. So, go check it out. Or if you was a fan and didn't know that Emily actually is a character in Love, Death, and Robots, but go check it out on Netflix. Then we have Kim Coles, Nurse Whitley, is teamed up with Erica Alexander, her Living Single co-star, on a new podcast called Reliving Single, where they rewatch episodes and discuss the show, their experience, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that we, the viewers, may not have known. Streaming on all platforms, and you can also watch it on their YouTube channel. So go check that out. If you're a Living Single fan, it's definitely interesting to hear these two ladies get together and sort of dish on their experience, and a lot of behind the scenes stuff that maybe even they didn't know about each other. So go check it out. There's, I think, a couple episodes have premiered so far. So go check it out. Then, of course, we want to give a special happy birthday this week. In addition to James Lott Jr. and Michael Mattis, Peter Reckel had a birthday this past week. So sending out big birthday wishes to him. I'm sure we will see him soon. I don't know if we have an exact date, but we do know he's coming up. So, we'll see Peter on the show soon, but happy birthday. Yeah. Then we had some sad news. The rest in peace. If you're an Old School Days fan, you know that this actress, Denise Alexander, she played Susan on Days. She was Julie's best friend / enemy, she's actually the one who brought Doug to Salem to con Julie back in the day. And also, I did a Those Were Days extended on Julie, but I focused heavily on sort of this period of Julie's life. So if you want to know a little bit more of that history with the character of Julie, Doug, and Susan, go check that out. I think that one is available for everyone now on our YouTube page at the moment. But and also if you didn't watch her on Days, if you're a GH fan, you know that Denise Alexander played Leslie Weber on GH for decades. So she was a big, big staple over there, especially after she actually left Days. That's where most of her work was on GH playing Leslie. So big rest in peace. And go check out Susan's Instagram, Bill Susan Hayes, at Bill and Susan Hayes. She just did a lovely tribute to Denise and about working with her back then and how welcoming and how much they had in common and how they got along. So go check that out. But big rest in peace to a soap legend, Denise Alexander, passed away this week.
Before you click off the picture, is this just me? But Denise looks like Joan Rivers' daughter.
Melissa. She does. Yeah.
And then in this photo, Susan looks like Jen Lilly.
She does. Yeah.
She is.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Like as I was scrolling through Instagram, I was like, I was like, oh, what's going on with Melissa Rivers? And I was like, why is Jen Lilly there? And I was like, oh wait, hold on. I was like, wait a minute, wait.
They could, yeah.
And then I read it and I was like, oh, and I was like, that's crazy because yeah. So that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a gorgeous photo and very much encapsulates what was going on in the 70s with these three characters. So yeah.
Now listen, I see why they were after Bill, honey.
Right.
Old cat daddy.
And next up, some reminders. We still have our Casa of LA benefit that Mary Beth Evans is doing, where she's auctioning off a lunch date to support Casa of LA. Of course, this is a charity that's very close to her, supports children in foster care. There's still time. I believe the auction is going to go for a few more days leading into this week, I think Wednesday or Thursday. But if you'd still like to, your chance to bid, you can go to @marybeth.evans or @casa.la. Links are in the bio to make your bid. Or if you just want to donate to a worthy cause, but go check it out. You can have lunch with Mary Beth. Yeah. Then we have our day players are continuing their tour in 2025.
Where players?
Albany, Pottstown, San Diego, Glendale. We had a lot of fun with last week. We were very surprised that they were going to be in Glendale for some reason.
Oh my God, yeah. They would, Michael, you weren't. Oh no, you were here.
No, he wasn't.
No, you weren't here. They were reading off and they were like, Glendale.
It totally threw us off.
And I was like, well, I think that's the GH convention that weekend.
Yeah.
But they were so thrown off.
Yeah.
Glendale.
Wait, were they on the show last week?
Who? The day players?
Yeah.
No.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, when we were doing this portion of News and Gossip, and in the Glendale part came up, it threw us off of like, wait, Glendale? Did I read that right? Like, Glendale. It just threw us off for some reason.
They didn't know. They didn't know that it was the GH convention. They were just like randomly Glendale.
Yeah, why would they be doing it?
Justin, they being Justin and Araceli.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the day players did a video reading off their and they were confused that they were playing Glendale and didn't know.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine if they were like, "Hi, everybody, we're the day players. You can catch us in Albany, New York, Pottstown, PA, San Diego, California, Glendale, and Toronto."
Right. Oh, but yeah, like Tony mentioned last week, this is the GH convention that they're going to be participating in. Of course, we know Wally's part of GH, and they also work with Scott Reeves a lot, who of course is on GH. So, so more info coming on that one, and then of course their new show in Canada, Toronto, September 6th. So, all tickets and information, you can go to thedayplayersband.com.
You know what? I have to say, I don't know. This just popped up. I'm just thoroughly like happy for them.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's such a great idea to join forces musically, because they all are musically inclined. And they created this group. They're touring, living their rock star life, not like the rock star life, but the rock star life. And like doing what they enjoy doing. I don't know. Like every time I see
tour the country and
another wave of career
and just play music and all that.
I will tell you, when Araceli and I showed up to that show at the Bourbon Room, it was literally standing. They had the place filled. By like the show started at 8. By 7:30, they had to hold people at the door.
Wow.
Because it was just so full. And the response, I was waiting for panties to be thrown up on stage. It didn't get to that point. But yeah, the way that they've been able to build this group and this entity of theirs, it's kind of amazing. It is amazing.
I feel like I have so many questions, like future wise, like is there an album? Like, would they ever do like an album? Would they ever do like original music?
So Carson, speaking of the Bourbon show, Bourbon Room show, he wrote and performed an original song that night, that he had written about his daughter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So to answer, yes, I mean, at least Carson is working on original music. So yeah, and I don't know, I haven't seen any of the shows since then, but and then Wally had a song too.
Yeah, Wally's also written or had a song once. Maybe it's
yeah, I mean the next logical step would be putting out a digital EP of some sort.
Like an EP.
Yeah.
I wonder if they've, I don't know. I mean, they've had to, right? Like they've had to kind of think about, okay, like,
oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Like where do we want to take this?
I mean, maybe, but it also could be a case of like the formula is not broken. You know, let's keep. But I don't know. Maybe that would be a logical next step, though. You know, releasing something.
Yeah, because I feel like
original song of, and you know, I don't know how when they create content together. Whose content is it? You know, maybe those discussions need to happen too.
I'm sure. Yeah,
I feel like there's something. Suddenly, I didn't just picture them on like America's Got Talent or something, and just like being featured on there, being like, "Hi, Heidi, Simon, Howie, we're the day players," and us in the audience being like, "Yes." That's very interesting, though. I wonder what the future is for them. Y'all let us know. Call us, text us, call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Okay, sorry.
Next up, we have our star image. And speaking
more
of
day players,
the day players, yeah, you get half of them with this one. This is a cocktail Q&A with Brandon Barrage and Eric Martov. This one taking place Wednesday, May 21st. Again, this is a fun. There's going to be, I already know, a fun one just with these two and their personalities, and yeah. So don't forget, this one just popped up. I think they just added the last couple of days. So yeah, go and get your tickets for that. We also have the summer concert and dance party happening the weekend of June 20th and 21st in Montreal, Canada. Then we have that Toronto show we mentioned earlier that the Day Players are doing. They're actually teaming up with Star Image on that one, so you can also get tickets and info through Star Image there. And then we have our Days of Our Lives in Nashville event taking place the weekend of October 4th and 5th. This one in Nashville, of course, downtown stadium. And all tickets and info, you can go to eventbrite.com/Star Image Entertainment. Then we have our Samantha and Friends Haunted Mansion event we've been telling you about. This one taking place the weekend of September 13th to 14th of this year. And all tickets and info, go to samanthaandfriends.org. And they've been teasing a couple of new events. I think they're sort of finalizing the deals or an arrangements and all that, but they do have some new events coming up. I know we've been telling you about these two for years, the one that just passed and the Haunted Mansion, but they do have a couple of ones that look interesting coming up. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll let you know once that information comes out. And then, of course, we have our Jazz and Heroes event. This is a charity fundraiser to benefit Veterans Health Network with our friend Greg Vaughn. Again, two events happening on Saturday, September 6th. You can make one or both if you like. And all tickets and info, you can go to shopthis.ticketleap.com.
Yeah. And that has been
News and gossip.
You know, I will say I've kind of been itching to go to these other events.
One.
Like to the Nashville.
I was thinking the Nashville thing. Okay, so there is a direct Burbank to Nashville flight.
Is there?
Direct flight. I think Nashville is somewhat affordable in terms of travel. And it's during like a good time of year, like fall time back there. So I'm like, might be a good event to go to, because then you can make like a trip of it. Because like I've never been to Nashville before.
Neither have I.
I've driven through it. I feel like we drove through it like on some vacations or whatever.
Michael Mattes, would you go?
Maybe.
Justin,
I need to. If my financial situation is as it is now, no. But if it picks up over the summer, maybe something to consider at least.
Yeah, I'd consider it, and also the timing is not great. It's sort of right near my birthday, so happy
birthday to you in Nashville.
I'd be open to it. It's also that's going to be. I mean, we already know we're gearing up for October. That time of year is always such a crazy week. We also know we have the Emmys coming up, daytime Emmys.
Oh, the Emmys, yeah. And then
in October, then we have Day of Days immediately following. So yeah, it's a busy time.
All the more reason to go and have fun before we get busy.
Yeah.
Listen, look at what Annette Thompson said. Who does that remind you of?
Your Wrangler jeans, your skin tight Wrangler jeans, Michael Mattes.
Just brought back memories.
Yeah.
I
feel like
now you brought it up. I know.
You need everybody to.
I feel
now
like
you don't want to go.
What?
No, I'm saying now you don't want to go down it. Now that you don't ask.
Oh, she stepped it up. White Wranglers.
Oh no, I will say like I've had in the back of my mind the Nashville one because I'm like that would be like I've never been to Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be fun just to like go for a couple of days before the event, do the event, and then come back.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of be in Nashville. Although then there was a moment where I was like, Nashville, like how are they? Like
I think Nashville's cool. I think Nashville's northern enough. I have a friend that's been living there for a while, so I can ask her what her
thoughts are
on things.
Yeah, and then I was like, who knows? My mom would probably come up and be like, I'm gonna come too.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Maybe it's something to think about. That'll be our first out of town trip.
Yeah.
We will have to get separate rooms though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, Bimby and I in our own room. Bimby will be coming as well.
Yeah. So Michael Mattes and Bimby, Justin Lee Hareld, you
try it. Don't. Impossible. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say you, and then you reminded me of. See, look, my mom already.
I covered.
Huh. Okay. Well, this is food for thought. Anyway, now that we've talked about our whole plan, why don't we take a look at what's coming up this week on Days of Our Lives?
One man's greed may be his brother's doom.
We have a lot to discuss.
You want to steal the drug?
With your help.
What the? Someone was in here. Whoever it was, they didn't leave empty-handed.
Anger may be his undoing.
He wished he was dead.
When I came back, Johnny was gone, so was the dude.
You might be the one who shot your father.
And one family's history is about to change.
We found him.
Forever.
It feels like someone just walked over my grave.
Days of Our Lives.
Susan, why you gotta shit on a nice moment?
Not Kevin coming back.
Right? I was surprised about that.
Like, Kevin.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, new writers bringing in the glory days of the last Blast crew.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Interesting. All right. Well, that's going to be this week of Days, everybody. And we will be back next week to talk all about it. But before we head out, Michael Mattes.
Yeah.
Where can they find you and your shenanigans?
Yeah. Where's my? I can't find it. Where is it? You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at MLMattis.
Justin Lee Hareld.
Find me on Instagram at Justin Lee Hareld.
And also go show some love to Araceli on Instagram and Twitter at Thea323 Araceli. You can find me on all social media platforms at Lounger with Tony. You can find us at Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our big fun show.
I'm going to go to Wilmington and get some donuts.
Oh, really? Justin Lee Hareld, have you ever been to WeHo for donuts?
I have, actually.
Oh,
There's a
All right.
There's a donut shop down the street that I found out they do a donut happy hour every day starting at 6 p.m. where you get like 2-for-1 donuts.
Are you going to eat them both?
Probably. It's my birthday.
That's right. Michael Mattes, you have a wonderful birthday today.
Thank you.
Do all the things you want to do.
I'm going to have some chicken parmesan and some red wine.
Are you making it or getting it from somewhere?
We're going out, yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're going out to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell people where. But have fun.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week for another full dish of next week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. Until then, have a wonderful week. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. And we'll see you right back here next Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell your friends. Bye, everybody. One